So they go, hey, you win. We're gonna change your flight. Congratulations. Hang out for a few more days in Japan. So they send my corner, my two friends, they send them on the plane. As soon as they're in the plane, they go, Dean, meet us at the lobby at 5 p.m. So I show up in a nice shirt. Elevator door opens, and it's Nakamura, who's a pride fighter, and Fedor, the Menenko, with his translator was in the elevator, and this one little Japanese guy with a key, for the elevator. I get in. Oh, hello, Fedor. Nice to meet you. He speaks no English, but very classy guy. And there's a guy with the key. We go to the top floor, and the door opens, and we're in the room now. It's like we're in the business room. We don't have to walk down a hallway. Walk in, and
if I may interrupt, you also need that same key to go back down. So,
yeah.
You're kind of there.
Yeah, I'm stuck there. Yeah. So I'm in this, and it's all Yakuza guys. Gangsters.
No.
And typically, Yakuza, I'll try to describe. They look normal, except for a lot of them will have one thing that stands out. Like one guy had these glasses. It had how do you say it? Like blinds, had little I don't know,
different ways to see,
from the 80s. Yeah.
No, it had layers to his,
like a blind, like
shutters.
Yeah. It was like blinds. It was like that, but he had glasses on, and he had a feather on his glasses. So he looks like a normal Japanese guy because he's weird glasses on. This other guy had his fingernails that were I'm talking like as long as his fingers. The nails were super long, and he was like, he was wrapping his nails on the counter, on the table. I'm just saying, looking around, it's kind of weird scenario. Fedor and his translator are the only non-Japanese people in the room. And I'm not Russian. I'm the only American there, sitting down. And I'm not gonna lie, most of the conversation for the hour was about Fedor because he broke his hand when the translator was talking. And finally they go, Dinista. And there was a woman speaking English. She goes, Dean Lister, we are now going to talk about your opponent. I'm like, okay, my opponent in 3 weeks? I'm ready. And I hear, and you are going to fight Ricardo Arona. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, that's my super fight in Abu Dhabi. I can't fight him in Pride. I can't fight him in Pride. I'm going to face him in Abu Dhabi. And she went, are you sure you want to say that? I was like, yeah. Are you sure?
Wait, let me put some context here. So this is like April 23rd, 2005. Abu Dhabi, which you've got a super fight with, is May 28th, 2005. So you're looking at like a month. Yeah. So this isn't like a huge time and space. So go ahead, Dean. I apologize.
So they're absolutely trying to take away this one moment in history. It upset me. So I'm like, no, I can't fight him. And she went, okay, you sure? And she went, and I heard, like the guy.
That's not good.
He didn't like my response. And she goes, no, Dean Lister, you are a pride fighter and you will fight who we say. And I go, oh, fuck. I'm thinking like everyone's, by the way, that guy with the nails is like, looking at me.
You're about to be in a snuff film.
Yeah. They got like a katana sword out. Like, no one knows I'm here. No one knows where I'm at, bro. And my friends in the airplane. By myself. And like, okay, no samurai sword got pulled out, but I'm saying I feel like that. It was like Kill Bill. It was like one of those weird. And this guy was like with the nails looking at me. The guy with the glasses took the glasses up like that. I'm like, fuck. I go, think quick, think fast, Lister. I go, yes, ma'am. I believe my personal Bushido, my personal code by Bushido. I use this like I thought it was make a difference. My personal Bushido is I promised I would face him in Los Angeles and in Abu Dhabi. Yeah, so I cannot face him because it goes against my personal code, my personal Bushido. And she went, are you sure you want to say this to him? So it's the head guy of Pride. And I go, yes. He goes, okay. And she goes, and I hear, I'm like, fuck. And she goes, no, you will fight who we tell you to fight. I'm like, okay. I couldn't really, argue. I can't find myself in this room.
Well,
Bunch
I
of
mean, Dean,
gangsters.
Dean, you could have just said,
What do I
well,
do?
no, how about this guy? And just let him continue yelling back and forth. You know what I mean? It's
Oh.
not a healthy situation.
You were about to go home with 9 fingers, I think. That's what would have happened.
No, it's not like that. But you know that like angry older Japanese, you know that voice, angry older Japanese male. I'm like, fuck, man. Okay, fine, I'll fight him. And so I walked out kind of like, oh shit, I couldn't really say no, you know. So okay.
Did you call Abu Dhabi at this point and let them know, or do you let them find out?
That was
on
a
the
big
news?
problem. They were really mad at me. They were so angry at me, and like I was so embarrassed. And they said, okay, we're gonna cancel the whole. We're gonna cancel it. And then thank God,
Dean, did you tell him there was a guy with really long nails tapping the table? You just don't understand, sir.
Weird sunglasses.
I did my best to explain. The guy who got me my invite in 2001, Jerry Costa, I talked to him, and he's like, man, I'll do my best, bro. He called, he talked to everyone. And they were like, okay, we understand. And Macedo stood up and he took the match. And I never wanted to face him because he's one of my heroes, you know.
Yeah.
You know, he's like 15 years older or 10 years older, and he's like 20 pounds less than me. So come on, bro. I give him all the respect in the world, but I had to face him. So at least he saved the event. But yeah, Rona, that was like, and I don't think Rona wanted he didn't want it either. It just they wanted to take that match.
What's on his side? Did you at least call him and say, hey, dude, one of us has got to change this? Did you try to interact with him? He was in the same spot you were.
He was the 16th fighter. See, I was number 15. He was the last guy got invited. He was number 16. So now we had the whole, you understand what I'm saying? I was the 15th fighter. He was the 16th fighter. So now it's like he's stuck in the situation. Plus, I don't know. It was just unfortunate. But yeah, it was a weird situation. But it turned out okay. That's right.
To hear the entire interview, please subscribe to the Lights Out MMA History Podcast, available on all major podcast platforms.